Assault FPS, a game recommended to me by you guys and includes quite a lot of stuff that I will share in just a moment. This game was released back in 2021 and has amassed over 264 million plays in nearly 3 years. But is it really worth playing? In this video I'm going to go through the menu, show you what's included in the game, and take you through my experience that I had while playing, using different weapons, playing on different maps, and more. Speaking of maps and weapons, there are 40 different maps with 6 game modes to play on each of them. Game modes like Team Deathmatch, Capture the Flag, Domination, and more. There's a total of 60 weapons, 49 primary and 11 secondary within the game for you to play with. But enough of that, it's time to get into the game. Before we get started however, make sure to like and subscribe. It's a free way to help me out and I appreciate it as always. Launching into the main menu, we're greeted with several tabs to choose and explore, things like loadout, store, missions, skins, stats, badges, and more. The inventory tab allows you to select from the over 60 weapons, each with their own stats and attachments that become unlocked after getting a certain amount of kills with them. You start with the 4 basic loadouts of an assault rifle, shotgun, LMG, and sniper loadouts. I decided to run with the assault rifle kit for my first match, but we still have more menus to explore. The store just allows you to purchase credits, so this wasn't the correct store to purchase skins in. The missions tab gives you daily missions to earn credits and points to unlock further cosmetics with a leaderboard for the highest points earned. The skins tab allows you to purchase a variety of skins for both your character and weapons with the money that you earn in game. And then there's the stats and badges tab to see your total kills, deaths, etc. and your achievements that you earn while playing. But now it's time to get into the game. My first match took me to Carentan in a domination match. So I select my loadout, spawn in, and get started. My first issue arrived on this map where the spawns seemed very close together, but that was mainly because the map is insanely small and more of my own doing. It took some time to get used to how the game really worked. Since there's no skill-based matchmaking, my matches ranged with people around my level and people over level 400. Regardless, it didn't take long for me to get some kills with this weapon, even though it didn't have any attachments. But I did keep on getting destroyed by the higher level players. The assault rifles feel fairly balanced, but there are some guns that are really broken that I end up playing with later on. For some reason it felt like my team wasn't doing anything. I found myself capturing the points, guarding the points, and getting the most amount of kills. The graphics are really nice however. The models are really well made, the lighting and shadows are really nice, and there are even more maps that look better than this one. I did get quite a lot of good moments, so sit back and enjoy this mini montage of me destroying this lobby. After some more back and forth, our team did end up losing the match, especially since I was doing the most amount of stuff on the team. I did end up getting a whopping 49 kills, even more than the other enemies that had way more levels and experience than me. The next match takes us to yet another domination game on a map called Port Town, a coastal map with a lot of buildings and different angles to fight enemies on. For this match, I switched up my loadouts a couple times and found one of the most broken weapons in the game. I was able to add some extra attachments to my AK like a scope and a flashlight, which did help out quite a bit. The positions on this map are pretty interesting. There's buildings on both sides and a middle area that offers upper window angles to fire from and cover sights. And this map is quite a lot larger than the previous one. I did some back and forth with my AK until I decided to swap loadouts and decided to go for my LMG kit. Featuring a basic LMG with no attachments, right away it does quite a lot of damage, and paired with the large magazine, it's fairly easy to eliminate enemies without worrying about getting shot at while reloading in a high engagement fight. After a bit more time with that however, I decided to make one last switch in the match, and I ended up switching to my sniper loadout featuring a Dragunov sniper that does 1 shots to the head and is semi-automatic, meaning I can shoot at multiple enemies at once and hit them all in rapid succession. With just the base weapon, I was able to hit headshots left and right and destroy the enemy fairly quickly. I did have some mishaps where I'd hit the enemy in the head, but it wouldn't fully eliminate them, causing me to either have to shoot them again or die because I instinctively turned away from them. I did have a lot of fun with the sniper, but unfortunately we lost again because we can't control the points properly at all, and I managed to get 44 kills, again higher than anybody else in the lobby. I decided to go for one more match, just to try out another different weapon, and we end up in Toxic Region in a hill control game mode, basically just King of the Hill but renamed differently. This map includes a large building with a smaller outside area, the building has many floors to go between, and has many different spots where the control point can spawn. I ran around a bit at the start until I accidentally fell into some toxic waste and died immediately. After around a minute into the match, I decided to unlock and start using the MP5, and needless to say it was probably one of the best weapons that I had used. Even at medium or long range, I was still able to shred enemies, the recoil is insanely low, and with a high fire rate, I was able to shred enemies very quickly. The outdoor points were a bit difficult to manage, especially since there was a severe lack of cover. Regardless, I was able to sit on the point and cover it mostly until someone started firing me from the upper part of the building. Once the point ended up inside, I was able to actually cover it properly and eliminate enemies left and right. Here's yet another mini montage of my gameplay, just to show off how well the MP5 was actually working. Unfortunately, we ended up losing after all that work, and yet again I topped the leaderboard with 44 kills. This game was insanely fun to play, but is it really worth spending your own time on? Well, here's a list of pros and cons to help you make a decision. The pros. There are a ton of weapons to choose from, each changing up your playstyle, whether you like to play long range or be right in front of the enemy. There are a good amount of daily missions to give you extra rewards and credits for playing. Speaking of credits, earning them is fairly easy, allowing you to unlock skins and weapons in no time. In terms of skins, there are a ton that rotate consistently, allowing you a lot of customization for both your character and weapons at a fair price that keeps people playing. There was virtually no lag or desync, which was very nice to see. I didn't have to worry about enemies shooting me from behind a wall or any glitching around the map, at least from what I experienced, since Roblox servers are generally unstable depending on location. The weapons range pretty drastically, yet feel fairly balanced when I had used a variety of the different weapons. The damage does feel fair for each one that I had used, though some might have some other opinions. There's a ton of maps to play, each looking really well made and varying in size, with a lot of game modes to go with them, allowing you to play constantly without getting too bored. The cons. The spawns in some maps were a little bit inconsistent. I found myself spawning right in front of the enemies quite a few times since the maps were fairly small and it wasn't really the best experience. There isn't really any matchmaking help for lower level players. Even though I had an easy time and topped the leaderboard against level 400 and higher players, other people may have a more difficult time playing against these super high level players who have better weapons with more attachments. Some game modes on some maps can be quite difficult, like the last match I was playing where there was very little cover and too many angles to get caught holding a point or a sight. It would be nice if there was a way to purchase attachments using coins rather than kills. For some players, it might take quite a long time before they can improve their weapon if they can't get super high kill games like others. Overall, this game is amazing and definitely worth playing for yourself. There's a ton of other game modes and maps that I could barely scratch the surface of. If you have played this game, however, let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to know what your favorite weapons and maps are. Thank you to you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. It's a great way to help me out and lets me know if you enjoyed the video even more. Thank you to my members and to Majime for being a tier 3 member. If you want to be on this credit list, as well as gain access to exclusive perks like emotes to use in comments and live streams, as well as roles and channels in the Discord, hit the join button down below. It's a great way to help me out and helps me keep making videos like this for everyone. Thanks again for watching. I've been Miko, and I will catch you in the next video.